Hi there. My name's Lynn. I work for the Cumberland Library, and I've been doing some cooking segments for the library. There's my cat. During quarantine, some of us are still quarantining, some of us are not, but all of us are cooking, and all of us are looking for new ideas because I've been cooking since, every night for quite a while now. And what I'm going to make now is a stovetop dish. One pan, quick and easy. The kids love it. It initiated from my early days of being married when, I don't know why I don't just put that up like that. There we go. Welcome to the underside of my cabinet. When I first got married, I was not much of a cook, and I found Hamburger Helper, yay! And it was way quick and easy, so I made it probably too much. To the point where my husband was like, could we do something different? And, so I kind of got off of it for a little while, but then I was like, well, what if I try to make that a little healthier and without the box? Because really it's a box of a little bit of noodles and some seasoning, and you could really do that yourself. So I decided to make my own version. So it's turkey. I call it turkey noodle casserole. It's not really a casserole, but, and again, like the other thing I did, I made a frittata. That it's something that you can throw other things in and kind of make it your own, but it's sort of like a method, and you can add to it and take out things you don't like. So to get started, so like I said, it's stovetop, it's one pan, it's easy, it's pretty quick. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to start with an onion, like I usually do. You don't like onion? This one doesn't want to cut. Why? You can use a shallot. You can leave it out. And this onion's not looking so great. So guess what? Onion going in the trash. Let's get another one. It happens. Okay. There we go. I lose track of my onions, and if I buy too many, then I don't have any. You know how that goes. So I may not put this whole thing in. You don't want it inundated with onion, but you gotta flavor it because I'm using ground turkey. You can use ground beef, ground chicken. Hamburger Helper, the one that I used to make relentlessly, was the beef one, and we learn as we go along. We don't like to eat too much red meat, so I eat a lot of ground turkey and ground chicken. And so what I did was I substituted, when I first started making it, it was cream of mushroom soup and ground beef, and now I use cream of chicken soup and ground chicken or ground turkey. So, I guess it's a little bit healthier. It's good. My kids used to love this. I've been making it for a long, long time, and now my daughter makes it for her kids, so my grandkids love it. Everybody eats it. I mean, they could probably eat it every night. They love it. Kids love pasta. They love noodles. They'll eat the ground chicken. It's got a mild flavor, so it's not, even with the onion, they don't even notice it. It's not overpowering. It's kind of a comfort dish, even though, it's summertime and we're wanting to grill. You got to cook indoors sometimes. And like I said, it's quick and easy. So I'm going to get some olive oil in the pan. This is such a slow, why? There's no olive oil in there. Well, that's fun. Okay. There's enough. We'll put some oil. You don't have to use olive oil. We're home cooks. We improvise. That's just vegetable oil. It's not flavoring what we're doing, so it really doesn't matter. It's just to get the onions going. I think I'm going to do a little bit more onion. Again, leave it out. You can put garlic if you want. And if you don't like onion, leave it out. If you like big chunks of onion, you can do that too. You got to give it some flavor, because again, ground turkey needs help. Okay, get that, move that around, get that hot. And with olive oil, you don't want to put it in too early and have it burn, because it's got a funny taste if it burns. Get that in there. So we're just gonna sweat those. I'm not gonna caramelize them, so we're gonna throw some salt. Get them going. And where are my utensils at? Toss that around a bit. It's like so easy and quick, it's kind of crazy. I mean, everybody knows how to saute onions, hopefully. How you cut them is up to you. I like them kind of small. Kids, you don't want kids to find big chunks because they'll be like, what is this? You know, why are you, you know, they're so fussy. But every kid I know has always loved this, so it's good. Yummy, it's comforting. You know, it's a little warm over the stove, but it's quick, so not spending a lot of time. It's one pan, easy cleanup, quick. All right, while that's going, what else is going in here? So, good old, you know, cream of you know what. I use cream of chicken, you can use cream of mushroom, cream of whatever. You can even use cheddar. You could use the broccoli cheddar. You could throw broccoli in here. If your kids like broccoli, a lot of kids like broccoli. So any of those cream of, I don't know about cream of celery, I've never tried that, but I use cream of chicken, and the store brand is fine too. I grabbed this one. You could even make your own sauce with a roux, and who wants to do that? So, back to here. Once you get them going, they start to soften a little bit. You can throw your ground turkey in. It's not necessary to cook them way down because they're going to cook for a little while. They're going to cook while the turkey cooks. And just kind of beat that up a little bit. Get it, you know, you don't want big giant chunks. You want to break it up a little bit. I'm going to throw a little more salt on there. I'm going to throw some pepper on there. You could make this spicy too. You could throw some red pepper flakes, make it cheesy, throw some cheese in it. I like to throw Parmesan cheese on it in the end because to me it is like that again. I think it's time for him to eat, but it's not. You know, as you can see, he loves to eat. Alright, break that up real good. Now you want to make sure that that completely cooks. You don't want to do anything else to finish the dish or to get the dish into its next step until that's all cooked. So I'm going to pause you for a second and we'll come right back. All right, I'm back. It's all pretty much cooked through. I'll give you a little quick peek at it there. Not brown, just cooked through. You don't want to, move to the next step until it's all cooked through. So let me make sure I get you here. All right. And while you were gone, I went and got olive oil because what the heck, who runs out of olive oil in the middle of a cooking thing? All right. So here, the next step is plop this guy in, the whole can. You're gonna be like, whoa, that's gonna overflow. Yeah, that's weird, but yeah, maybe. All right. And this is where, like, I'm not really that great at measuring. I'm gonna put some water. I mean, that's what you would do if you were making soup with this, right? I'm gonna put a couple cans, which is more than you would use if you were making the soup, but I'll show you what I'm going to do to make sure it's not too, sort of watery tasting, to make sure that it's flavorful. Turn that back up. I may even need to put a little more water, because when I get the noodles in here, it's really going to take up some space. So toss that around, put a little bit more water. Okay, now, this is where I get sort of like, with the measuring, 3-ish cups, hands full, whatever you want to say. You want to get it in there. You just want to get enough in there where you can plop them down onto the liquid and they're gonna soak up that liquid. And you're like, wow, that's a lot of liquid. What the heck? And you're just going to leave it like that. Turn it up. Don't need to add anything to it. You can cover it if it's not, if it's not cooking fast enough. So that will come together real quick. Once it starts to boil, the noodles are going to start soaking up all that liquid. Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you, I almost forgot. So because I added a lot of water and I want to add some more flavor to that, I'm going to add this. This stuff is great. It's like, you would have a bouillon cube. Well, they have this chicken base, and I just give it like kind of like a teaspoon-ish. Toss that in just to reinforce that chicken flavor because I added so much water. You don't want it to taste watery. It probably wouldn't, but nevertheless, we always want to add more flavor. Just kind of toss that around. And really, you know what? I could add a little bit more noodle. I usually use a smaller noodle. I'm using these, they're egg noodles, so more protein. Protein in the turkey. So is it healthy? Sure. If you're doing low carb, not so much, but it's a healthy dinner. All right. So you just really want the noodles to be sort of not necessarily all down in there, but and starting to boil. So I'm going to take another little break, and I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. I let that boil for a while. I kind of turned it down. I didn't like have it at a rolling boil, but I've got it at a good boil. It's going really well, and it has, where are we here? Soaked up most of the liquid, and it's getting nice and thick. It gets thick all by itself. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to add flour or cornstarch or anything to it. At this point, I like to add peas. I've added corn before. The only thing I don't like about adding corn, and this is just a visual thing, is it's just so white. It's just, the color. It looks so pretty with the peas. Kids like peas, I think. I don't know. Usually, mine did. You don't have to add anything if your kids won't eat a vegetable. You can put broccoli in here too. The only thing is it would need to be cooked. If you're going to throw it in at this point, it would need to be cooked. Otherwise, you could saute it in the beginning with the onions and just leave it in there. It might get a little mushy, but I've never actually used it with broccoli, but I like the peas. It's a little sweetness. And at this point, it's really kind of basically done. You can check the noodles for doneness. This keeps. It's great. Leftover. It's kind of a comfort food thing. Look at I got mess. Yeah, it's comfort food. It's couch food. My husband and I will often, we sit at the breakfast bar to eat a lot, but sometimes we just want to sink to the couch and eat something in front of the TV, and this is what I call couch food. So it's basically done. I am going to toss, I would prefer to toss fresh dill in it, but I'm tossing some dill. It's a nice flavor. It's a nice mild flavor. Kids won't even really notice. And it's just going to thicken as it sits. And ready to serve. All in a bowl. And it's one pan. Pretty easy cleanup, except that I slobbered on my stove. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to have some other recipes for you, and I hope you're learning something and picking up some new recipes. I'll see you soon.